welcome and thank you for watching Cooking with Ash. I hope you guys are enjoying all the amazing recipes I have been posted. If you're loving those recipes, please give it a thumbs up. Also, if you haven't liked and subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please hit the subscribe button below. I've prepared an amazing recipe for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoy it. So let's get right into the video. Cooking with Ash. Hope everyone is doing great. Today's recipe is going to be fried Karela with shrimp. So here I have some Karela. These are the ones that we get in Ghana. It's the really bitter ones. And they hold up better when you fry them. There is a different one. I feel like when you fry that one, it gets very mushy. And I prefer this one, honestly. So I'm going to show you the first step in preparing our Karela. How to get some of the bitterness out of the Karela. Of course, we don't want to get all the bitterness out. We're the bitterness that makes the Karela. That's the goodness about the Karela. But sometimes it be too bitter. So this is how I prepare it. So first off, I just like trim the ends out, split it in the middle, and I scrape the seeds out. And I try to scrape out some of the whiteness inside. This is like the bitter part of it. So this is one process in trying to eliminate some of the bitterness from the Karela. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do that to the rest, and then I'm gonna come back and show you the next step. I went ahead and chopped my Karela up. I just chop it. It was already split in the middle. I just chop it down a long way. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put about a tablespoon and a half of salt in here. What it's gonna happen, the salt is gonna start break the Karela down, and it's gonna pull out some of the water, so some of the bitterness out of the Karela. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add my salt to this, and I'm just gonna close my bag up, and I'm gonna put some whole. I'm just gonna mix the salt into the Karela. And I'm just gonna put some whole in my bag, and I'm just gonna set this inside a bowl and leave it. All the bitter, like most of the juice from the Karela would start to drip out, meaning like the bitterness. Of course, it's still gonna be bitter because it's bitter. Karela is bitter in general, but this helps to pull out some of the bitterness. So I'm gonna probably leave this for about 3 to 4 hours, and then I'm gonna wash the Karela, and I'm gonna squeeze it, put it in a container, and let it get some sun to absorb whatever moisture is left, and then we're gonna start the cooking process. So guys, my Karela have been sitting now for about 3 hours in the salt that I put, and do you see how much juice came out of it? So this is like it pulls out some of the bitterness from it. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do now, I'm gonna wash this in my in a bowl, and then I'm gonna put it in a tea towel, and I'm gonna squeeze it, and that will absorb some of the excess water, and I'm gonna just put it on a pan and let it air dry. It'll be ready by tomorrow to cook. So usually when I'm making Karela, I do it from the day before. All these steps and process, I'll be cooking it tomorrow. So by tomorrow, it'll air dry enough for me to cook it. So that's the process. So guys, these are the ingredients we will be using to prepare the Karela. So I have my shrimp. I washed it and have it in my sink waiting. I have here some Wiri pepper, some onion, tomato, a tablespoon of my green seasoning, coconut milk, salt to taste. And this is what my Karela look like after the process of what I did in the previous video of squeezing out the juice, and I put it to dry. So you see how my Karela turned. Most of the water is absorbed from it, and I had like 6 Karela, and this is what it turned to. Again, you guys don't have to break down your Karela this further, like dry it if you don't want to. So you can cook the Karela right after you squeeze the water. You wash the salt out and squeeze the water out of it. You can go ahead and cook it, but I like to further absorb some of that water and bitterness out of the Karela. So I just put it in the sun and it dried up like this. It's not stiff dry, it's very soft still. So we're gonna get into the frying process of this delicious Karela. So here I have my oil heating up. I'm gonna go ahead and transfer all of this to my oil. Everything in. And in goes our Karela. And we're gonna leave this to start fry up. And guys, don't worry about all the steps I did to pull out some of the bitterness from this Karela. Believe me, it's still gonna be bitter. It's named bitter melon or Karela, so I just don't like it too bitter. So I'm gonna leave this to fry down a little bit. And then I'm going to add my salt to it. I don't want to add my salt now. So we're going to come back throughout the process and show you how our Karela is looking. So guys, this is what our Karela looks like so far. What I'm going to go ahead and do now, I'm going to just pull it to the side and I'm adding my shrimp. I didn't want to add it at the beginning of the cooking process because then the shrimp would be overcooked and tough. I hate tough shrimp. So our Karela is almost there. So now I'm adding the shrimp. And I'm gonna mix everything in together. And a sprinkle of salt. I'm not adding a lot of salt to this because I had salted this at the starting of the preparation where I absorbed the water from it. So Karela is like a sponge. Anything you add to it, it seeps it up and sucks it up. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add some coconut milk to this. When I was little and I used to go by my mamu, my chachi would make Karela, and she would make the best Karela I ever had. Like her Karela would be veggie Karela, but it tastes like it had so much delicious meat and shrimp in it. And one thing I see that she used to do towards the end of the cooking process, she would add some coconut milk. She passed away now, and this is my chachi Manika I'm talking about, and she would add some coconut milk towards the ending of the Karela, and that Karela used to be so delicious. So this is where I got this trick from, to add the coconut milk to the Karela. So I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of the coconut milk, not a lot, and well, I'm just gonna go in with 3. And again, everything I'm using will be listed in the description box below along with the measurement. I'm gonna combine this into the Karela and I'm gonna let it cook down dry. So I'm gonna come back when that process is finished, the Karela fried down dry. Come back and show you. Look at the creaminess. The Karela started to absorb the coconut milk. Look at the creaminess. So I'm gonna come back and show you guys when our Karela is finished. So guys, here you have it. Our Karela has been completely cooked down. Has the nice color I'm looking for. It tastes delicious. The main thing. So I had my Karela cooking on medium to low heat. You have to do that because if you put it on high heat, the outside of the Karela would cook very fast and the inside would be still very tough and chewy. So this is cooked perfectly fine for me. So I'm just gonna take off the heat and I'm gonna plate this up. I hope you guys enjoy this recipe. Please like and subscribe for more amazing recipes from my kitchen to yours.